Hello everyone, hello and welcome to Soul Conscious Tarot. This is going to be this week's soul weather forecast. I apologize for it being a day late. I didn't even know if I was going to do this reading this week at all. I really, I've been going through a lot in my personal life, so I've been doing these for 2 years now straight without missing any weeks, and this was the first one. I felt bad about almost missing it, so here we are, and I decided, I can't miss, I don't feel like it's fair to you because I'm doing these readings for you guys. Even though I know there's not a whole lot of people that watch them, but for those that are my true followers, I thank you so much. Oh my gosh, you got to be kidding me. So interesting enough. Okay, so I pulled this card out, and this is the only card I have. I don't have any other cards from this deck. This was actually gifted to me a few years ago, right before COVID, and I pulled this card, Grace, okay? And I was drawn to it this morning to said, okay, I need to put this on my space for this reading this morning, is grace, to have grace, and I feel like it's grace is, it can encompass so many different things. It really is kind of that energy of just accepting that things, that it's kind of like the serenity prayer. That's what I typically equate to grace is accepting the things that we can change, that we can't change, and learning the difference, understanding the difference of where we can move in the world and where we can't move in the world, understanding that we can't change certain people, places, or things, but knowing what we can change and being able to have the strength to understand the difference and to know how to move in the world. I absolutely love, let me put this light on to get more light. I've got weird lighting right now because it's the morning sun and it's behind me, but it's lighting up the table kind of weird. So I apologize if the lighting's weird, but, I love that the world tree is back here behind, because we just kind of, with the portal seasons and everything. Well, I'm getting this feeling of, we just came out of Samhain, and the Day of the Dead, and when the veil, one of the times when the veil is the thinnest, and there's also this little tiny, I think. I can't tell. I think that's a bird. I thought at first it was a scarab, but I think it's a bird. So I think that there's somebody, like communicating with us at this time, like, or has in this past week, while the veil was thin. I think that we've gotten messages either from our spirits team, from our higher self, from our intuition, something that has given us a direction, or has given us the ability to, basically accept something for how it is and be okay with it. It's like that grace of giving, allowing us to step into that energy of grace and accept something for how it is, whether we like it or not. And the reason I say all that, because like I said, I don't have this entire oracle deck. This was a card that I was gifted a few years ago, and I was pulled to pull this on this table today, which is really ironic because look at the card that we have here that I just pulled to begin this reading, which I always pull at least an oracle card. And we have Wise Woman of the Grove, Grace. Can you believe that? I love that it's just, for me, it's like, okay, your intuition's on point. You're getting the messages. You're tapped in. You're getting the messages you're supposed to receive. I love that there's these big redwood, I feel like those are redwood trees. And there's this spirit coming through that's like shining the light on this treasure, I'm getting almost like I think it's the Ten of Pentacles that has, like, some of them have that treasure chest on it. And so I feel like it's, you know, like, I love that she's a spirit back here, almost gives that spirit vibe, that she is, you know, that she's illuminating the path. She's showing the way to the treasure. And we may not see it. We may not see the path. And that's why we need to have grace and understand that things are working in divine timing, that the universe has got our back, that our ancestors and spirit guides are watching over us, and they're leading the way, and they're showing us the way if we're willing to listen and see the signs, seeing, you know, kind of use our intuition to find the way through. Interesting message. I'm going to go ahead and pull our emoji card. I can't believe that grace card came out like that. Okay, yeah, I think things are getting better. I think, you know, I know me personally, like I said, I've been going through, I've had a lot of, just a lot of chaos. I would say, like, tower moments, both big and small, that have happened to me. I also was drawn to pull this heart out. And I hate that. I really need to get better at knowing crystal names, but I'm so terrible with remembering names that even if I tried to remember them, like, some of them I can, but I need to learn this one but because I was really pulled and drawn to pull that out. And I might have to pull something, like, get some information and put it in I might put it in the description when I get ready to upload that, find some information, because I have a feeling this really ties in somehow to this reading big time. And I wish that I had thought to look that up before I did this reading. I'm going to go ahead and pull, I think, we'll see. I'm thinking 2 or 3 of these Sacred Soul Portal cards. We'll see what feels right. So we have evolving technology. Upgrading your life may be necessary now as you have outgrown your old ways. Yeah, I see. I really feel like that we're being led in a new direction. Okay, so 3, we'll take both of those. Thank you. Oh, that's so beautiful. Okay. I really feel like we're being led in a new direction in our lives at this time. And that's why I said with this card, I feel like, you know, that we're getting messages. I said that from both of these cards, you know, this bird here, that we've been getting messages leading us in a new direction, and in a new direction that we don't see. So that's why it's like there's a need to have acceptance and grace to accept. I think part of that grace is to have grace with ourselves and compassion for ourselves, and understand, like, to forgive ourselves for any decisions that we have made that might have led to something going wrong in our life, or something falling away out of our life, or realizing that, you know, I really feel like there's things that have come up, you know, with the way the planetary structure has, you know, the planetary alignments have been in the last, like, over this past year in general, really, but especially, you know, in the last, like, since the summer, we've had these big planetary alignments that have caused a lot of ripples in the, you know, in the continuum. Let's put it that way. You know, ripples in the matrix, so to speak. And I think all of us have learned some lessons. We've really been shown some things about ourselves that have been, you know, brought to the surface, that's made us feel, you know, maybe less than, a little bit less than. So it's having that grace and compassion for ourselves and forgiving ourselves for any decisions that we made, because it's like, we know not what we do. You know, all we can do is go forward and do better. So once we understand that we've done something a certain way, and maybe it wasn't the best way, or maybe, you know, we didn't act in the best way in a situation, you know, we can't go back to the past and we can't change that situation. But what we can do is we can, you know, starting from today, make the choices to make that change, to do better, to be better. And that's where, this is where I think this is leading, are you gonna, I love that this is, we've got this open door here, because it's really like, do you have, can you forgive yourself? Can you trust that there's something better awaiting for you? Can you forgive yourself and know that you're still worthy of whatever it is that you seek? Okay. And I'm putting it that way because it can be so many things, because I don't know what your situation is and what has been unveiled or revealed to you in this journey that we've been undergoing recently. I mean, I know what it has been for me. I know the things that have come up for me and the challenges that I have had to deal with and face. It's like we've been going through this testing period from the universe, where it's like, did you learn the lessons? Can you have faith and trust in the path ahead? Can you put your own stuff aside? Can you get out of that moment of self-pity and have grace and compassion for yourself, forgiveness for any past actions that you have, not only yourself, but also having compassion and grace for other people and maybe the ways that they've acted or the way they've treated you, in a sense. Can you forgive them and accept that they are the way that they are? Can you accept that that's just the way, things unraveled and unrolled, the situation played out the way that it played out? But can you now, can we move forward from this? Can we forgive everything from the past and have that true grace and acceptance and compassion and forgiveness for either, where we've been slighted by others or where we have slighted others ourselves, so we can move forward. And so let's go ahead and get into these cards, because I really feel like it's definitely a journey here that's unraveling. So we have, once we have this grace and this compassion of the, like I said, if you're drawn to the serenity prayer, I highly recommend right now getting a copy of that and carrying it with you, reading it often. I think that's going to be really important for people right now, especially anyone reading this message. I think understanding and living that serenity prayer of understanding the things that you can and can't change in your life, and having that acceptance of the things that you cannot change. So evolving technology, our lives are upgrading. So we've outgrown our old ways because we've changed, even if it's in the minutest way, where we've just by the awareness that we have done something, either someone has done something to us or we have done something to others, acted in a certain way, it has changed our perspective. Even if it's a slight, like the minutest of shifts, it's that still there was that shift, that through awareness, change always comes in the backside of awareness. Because now that we have seen something, now that we see it, we can't ever either go back or we have to change something. Something has to shift. And so that shift is occurring. And that's why it's calling for forgiveness of either ourselves or others. So whole heart, devote yourself to your endeavors without concern. Committing helps you grow. So, it goes back to everything I said of, really forgiving yourself, forgiving others. Don't worry about something that you can't change. Don't worry about something that you can't control. If it's out of your hands, just let it be. Give it to the universe. Let it go, give it to the universe, and let the universe sort it all out, in the wash. If it's meant to be in your life, it'll be there. There's no need to overthink something or to waste time worrying about something that you maybe have no control over. That what's the this saying about idle hands is the devil's work or something like that, because it makes you, whenever we have idle time, whenever we have a lot of time to think, we get in our heads and we cause this overthinking, that Eight of Swords, Nine of Swords thought pattern. And when we get in our heads like that, we can create all kinds of scenarios, and none of them which are true, because our mind just goes crazy. So then we have open door. If other options seem closed to you, let them go. There's another way open to you. See, that's why I said, I think because there's this shift, I believe that in everybody's lives right now, something has happened. Something has happened where we've had to, where a path that we were going down seems like it's not the right path, or something has happened, whether that be, trying to go through a job opportunity, or trying to change things, or, or even if it's like romantic in nature where, you've been pursuing a person and, it just doesn't seem like it's working out, and that doesn't mean necessarily that it doesn't mean that you're not going to get that job or that career path or that person or whatever. It's just saying not right now. Okay. And that's where you have to have that grace and compassion and trust, and forgiveness of understanding that it's just not in the cards right now. It's not something you can change right now. There's other things that maybe have to happen behind the scenes that you're not seeing. And that's where it's like, you have to have grace to just understand that, you can only do what you can do. It is what it is, right now, so that's why there's like, you got to go where the door is open, not keep yourself stuck, but look where the door is open and go through that door, walk through that door and keep moving forward. Don't get stuck in the past. Don't feel sorry for yourself and get stuck in the past, or, get stuck in your own head, keep moving forward. So let's go ahead. I'm using, I think this is the Tarot of Divine, I think. I was drawn to this deck because it has a more kind of a cupsy feel. It's very, it's kind of a fairy tale energy. I don't know. It's not a completely grounded. This deck doesn't give me a true grounded pinnacle feel. It gives me more of a cuppy, airy feel. So that's what I like. Depending on, that's how I kind of rate my decks, is the energy they put off depending on what what seems to fit. So let's see here. We have the Seven of Pentacles. So that's a divine timing, can be divine timing. And then we have the Five of Wands. I feel like this is just this Five of Wands is denoting and representing the strife that's been, whatever resistance that you've been met with recently, where, and the Emperor's about control. So it goes back to that serenity prayer. I really feel like, because we're talking about, okay, things that you can't control, that you're trying to control. And because you're trying to control things that you can't control, I think that I'm going to leave it at those three cards, because that's perfectly telling the story here. And it's matching up perfectly with the message here that's coming through, because we have, okay, the rub, here's the rub. You're trying to control things you can't control. The universe is saying this is something you can't control. Again, going back to that serenity prayer of trying to, you've got to learn, we've all got to learn what it is we do have power over and what we don't have power over, what we can affect, what we can't affect. And it's that finding that balance, finding that harmony, understanding, where we have wiggle room and where we don't, what things are in the universe's hands and what things are in our hands. What can we, where can we move? If a door's closed, find the other option, find the way through, find the door that is open. instead of trying to fight, trying to get through a locked, closed door that the universe doesn't want you to go through at this time, and understanding that it's for your highest good. The universe is closing that door for a reason, because there's something that isn't right for you right now. And that's as a human being in a meat suit, as a soul living a human experience, it's very hard for us to understand that, because we're in this world of duality, where everything is heavy, and we get, we have all these experiences, we have all our senses that tend to want to get in the way of things, our feelings, thoughts, and programming that we have taken on in this lifetime while we've been here on Earth is basically getting in the way, of understanding things from a higher perspective. And so we want things to go the way we want them to go, because we have a certain plan for our lives, but that may not be the plan that the universe has for us. I think I'm going to go ahead and move this stuff over because I feel like I have more room. I'm going to go ahead and use this little deck here for clarification. And this is, if you're curious, this is the Nicolette Cecily Tarot deck. Mini deck. I'm trying to use this a little bit more because it's a very hard deck for me to read because of the way they did the suits and everything, and the to know what is what. So I have a hard time with it sometimes. So what's this divine timing? Can you give us some, actually, what's the message? What's the wise woman? What's the grace that we need to give me some clarification on this grace? Give me clarification on this grace, please. Okay, there's two that flipped over there. So the Two of Cups and see, this is where it gets tricky. I think that's the Page. Yeah, the Page of Pentacles. Okay. That's why I said it gets tricky on some of how these the symbols are on this deck. So, oh, sorry, that's 8, not a 2. The 8 of Cups and the Page of Pentacles. Okay. So interesting. So we have, this is interesting because usually this, when I see like the Cage, I'm usually drawn more to like an 8 of Swords energy, that overthinking. Usually the 8 of Swords is the one that has like the cage on it, somebody in a cage, or they have the swords around them that's kind of like caging, boxing them in. Whereas the 8 of Cups is usually it's usually a walking toward or a walking away energy. And this almost seems like a trapped energy. It's like you almost like that, not knowing where to go. It's like not knowing, it's a feeling of stuckness, of not knowing which way to go. And so it's like with this Page of Pentacles, I feel like there's this, like wanting to start anew, wanting to explore your options, wanting to lay down roots that is going to build towards something significant in our lives, in a new direction. But it's like with this Page being here, it's really unsure about. It's a timid energy. I mean, look, she looks so timid. She almost looks shy and scared to go in a new direction. And I think it's because there's this little bit of trapped energy. And I think that's where it's like, I almost feel like it's tying me, even though this is the 8 of Cups, and it's saying, I think that's what the universe is coming in here, the wise woman of the grove. Since this is clarifying this card, it's saying, that our ancestor spirit guides are helping show us the path, where we've been stuck, maybe, where we haven't been able to move, where we've been a little bit stuck, helping us move in a direction, because the 8 of Cups is about usually walking away from something that doesn't serve us toward our 9 of Cups, something that is for us, away from something that isn't for us towards something that is for us. And this shows me, you know, like these birds can't get out and move in a direction. They're kind of stuck in this cage. So this kind of a trapped feeling. And so the spirits are coming in here to, you know, to give us that wisdom, to give us that guidance, to understand where we need to go, where the new beginning is, what is for our highest good. But we have to get out of our own way. You know, we have to get out of our own way to do that. Very interesting. So divine timing, can you give me any more clarification on this divine timing? Like any information you can give me on this divine timing here? Oh, I'm going to have to look that up. I don't remember what the 12 is. And there's the 2 of Pentacles. Okay. Give me a second because I got to make sure I know which card that is. Oh my goodness. Why did I pick doing this in this lighting where it's very hard to read? Yeah, no. The Hangman. Yes, the Hangman. I was close. I was thinking, I was like, I thought that this was the Death card. And I was like, but that doesn't look like the Death card. And so I was like, because of the number, I was 1 off. So that's why I had to look it up in the book, because I was like, I think I'm off on this. I should have known, because this person is actually kind of on a trapeze. You can barely, I don't know, you can barely see the lines here. But it's interesting because with this Hangman, it's like, you know, it's like, what are those, the conjoined twins here, you know, where they're, you know, two people in one body. So it's of 2 minds. This is what I'm getting, that Hangman being stuck. It's again, that stuck energy, because being of 2 minds, it's like there's part of you that knows you need to forgive and move forward, forgive yourself, forgive somebody else, forgive something, or just acceptance of what is and what can't be changed. Not trying to control the situation, just truly having that acceptance that it is what it is, you know. And then we have the 2 of Pentacles here, which is, you know, trying to bring something into balance. It's trying to make a decision from a higher perspective, from a sound, logical perspective. And she's like, the stuff is like being juggled, you know, more than one thing. Usually it's just the two balls, but it's like there's more than one thing. And I really feel like, you know, there's things that need to be let go of here. And because there's too many things being juggled, we're trying to hold on to things that are for us and aren't for us, because we're trying to control everything in our lives, when some of this stuff needs to be given up to the universe and it needs to be let go of, because it's something that we can't do anything about anyway, and we're trying to, which is just causing this imbalance is what I get. So, okay, there's 4 cards that came out there. I was trying to, oh my goodness, this deck is not wanting to stay. It's sliding all over the place, these little tiny cards. Okay. And then we have, where did I put that? Where did I put that? Okay. Yeah, that's what I thought. I wanted to verify that was the Devil card. So I wanted to clarify this Emperor here, and we get 4 cards that came out. We have the Devil, this is the, I believe this is the Queen. This is where it gets tricky, because the Queen and the King have the exact same, imagery, or same icon. I don't know why they did that. Oh no, okay. I am wrong. I am wrong. Okay, I got it. I now see, this is why I don't use this deck very often. So this is actually the Queen of Pentacles. This is actually, I thought this was the page, and it's not. It's the Queen of Pentacles. Like I said, the imagery, the icons are so similar that it makes it very difficult to read this deck, which is why, like I said, I have a hard time using it. So I really feel like I still get the same message though, because she's still, even for the supposedly supposed to be a queen, she's so shy and timid. It's like she's almost protecting what's hers. I still am getting that same kind of message. It doesn't matter. It's still giving me the same energy, the same message. And I guess that's what I need to go by and not worry about, what card it is, actually just the energy it's giving off. That's a lesson for me. So we have the devil here, and then we have the King of Pentacles to go with that Queen. So there might be, there's some signs here of this could be a relationship dynamic. We have a suited pair here, the King and Queen. But there's this bull that's coming out of her skirts. It's that Emperor energy of trying to control the situation. Again, because it's like, I'm almost getting a bull in the china shop, because it's like, it was here with the bull. It looks like it's about ready to run and rampage through that castle, city, whatever. And I like how this Four of Pentacles here is got, like, the city is mirrored. And so it could be the sense that there's this as above, so below kind of thing, which really is talking about, your state of mind, what is inside you, what you're thinking inside you, the way you believe, your value system. That's the world that you're going to see in the outer world. Because if you want to change your outer world, you have to change your inner world. And things in your outer world can, in fact, affect your inner world, because it's kind of like a mirrored image, as above, so below, as within, so without. It's kind of that kind of vibe here. It also can talk to, twin flames in a sense, because it's that mirrored image, that there's that mirroring going on. But it's, it's like this false illusion of stability almost that I'm getting here, and holding on to something that is an illusion, that isn't real, holding on to something that reflecting on something, and determining whether it's for us or not. And then we have, this is the Knight of Wands. I do know that the horses are the knights. I do know that. And we have, when it's like she's flying on a pig. It's like when pigs fly, it's like it might be something that happened that you feel like you're like, this is something I can never have. It could have been like something that you were teased with, in a sense, like you got a taste of something. You might have gotten a taste of something, that you're like, oh, I want that. And it was so good, and it was so great. And so you wanted more of it, but it wasn't for you, or it wasn't for you right now. And that's what, like, hit that, that emperor, that controlling nature within us, where we're like, oh, we want more of it. That's where it triggered that devil aspect of needing to control, needing to make something happen, even though it was something that was fleeting. It was something that came in just for a moment, to show you a different perspective, to show you, to awaken you to a new direction, to send you on a new path. But it's like, by seeing it, we wanted more of it. And so it's like, how do I get more of that into my life? And so it's like almost like chasing down the messenger to make something happen when the messenger's just the messenger. It's not going to get you the real thing, you know. So it's kind of like a dead end there, you know. So it's really is, I feel like that Knight of Wands, it's like chasing after something that was very fleeting, that you want to keep it in, you're wanting to have that tight hold on it. The Four of Pentacles, have that tight hold on it, that it triggered this need to possess it. With the King of Pentacles here, to possess it. I want it to be mine. You know, that devil energy that kicked the Emperor into full control, you know, needing to control the situation, needing to control an aspect of something that we wanted to keep, even though it wasn't ours to keep, in right now. I'm going to say right now, because we have divine timing here. And that's why I feel like, you know, in the Hangman, it's like, this is not for you right now. So it's like we need to release whatever that is for us, because it's just, it may be for us, but not right now. We're not ready. Either we're not ready for it, or it's not ready for us. Like the full potential of it is not ready for us. So that's where I really feel like this grace comes in, you know, the grace to understand what is for us right now. What can we, you know, what do we have sovereignty over, and what do we not? You know, what do we have power over? What do we not? What can we make change, and what can we not control? You know, it's really understanding that balance between it, understanding where we can move in the world and where we can't, and accepting the things that we can't change right now, you know, and moving toward the things, the opportunities, the doors that are open for us. Okay. So that is essentially our message. Yeah, I don't think I want to pull any other cards. Nothing's pulling me saying pull anything else. I think that was a pretty good message. I think it rounded out and gives you guys a good idea of what's going on right now. If that message resonated with you, hit that like button down below, of course. Even if you just want to support my channel, doing that, the easiest way is to hit that like button as well, to help give some love to my channel. I hope you'll leave any comments if this is, you know, to share your experience with me, if you're moved to do so. And if you haven't subscribed, I hope you'll subscribe as well. Thank you so much. I wish you the very best. I hope you have a glorious, wonderful week ahead. See ya.